Hey guys, in this video I will show you how to play Gekko on Ascent, and I will show you some lineups. We will start right here on A side. First look with a lineup into the vine, so with that way you can clear it. So you wanna stand right here at the wall, right in the middle of it, and you wanna look up, and as you can see there's this little cloud on this little spot there, and you wanna aim slightly to the right and higher. Then you take out your molly and you wanna jump and throw at the same time.
Saw you, Mosh!
So that way it will bounce up and will directly clear anyone in vines. Second way how you can do it is you can go into this spot right here at the wall, and you wanna place your cursor here and slightly to the left of it and throw it. And it's gonna once again bounce up and clear the vines. Now let's move on to clearing angles on this side. So you wanna go into this spot right here, and you see that there's the high spike and there is this blue part in the middle of it. So you wanna aim right here and slightly to the right, so that way it doesn't hit anything on the way there. Just like that, and you throw it.
Blow him up, Mosh!
And as you can see, it takes the way here, lands directly at this at the generator and clears anyone who would be there. The next lineup is gonna clear this whole area, even on top of the boxes. And just once again go into the same corner. You wanna see that there's this middle, and you wanna go up until you are in this height of the cloud. So you should just line it up like this, and you throw it.
Mosh pit!
And as you can see, it's gonna land directly on the corner here. That way it will clear if there's anyone standing in these areas as well, all the way here, on top, or in this middle part. Next thing that you can do, either in a post plant or if you wanna go on to the side, once again you see the tip right here and this little cloud that is hardly visible, but you will see that, and you wanna just aim in the middle of it and throw it.
Blow him up, Mosh!
And as you can see, the mosh pit is gonna land directly on the gen. That way if there's anyone on top of it or anyone below it, it's gonna get them. Next lineup is gonna be for the dices. For this one you wanna go into the corner right here and place your crosshair on top of the spike. Right, this one, and throw it.
Saw you, Mosh!
It's very simple to remember and it works fantastic. As you can see, it covers this whole area and it goes into the heaven, under the heaven a little bit as well. You can hit the same spot from here as well. Just once again go into the corner, place your cursor into the tip of this cloud, and you're gonna jump and throw.
Blow him up, Mosh!
And as you can see, it's gonna once again land behind these dices. Covering this area and goes even deeper under the heaven, but it gets this area fantastically. If you have planted the spike right here, you can do a lineup from this spot as well. Just very simple, stand in this corner as I am. And you wanna see that there's this cloud and there's this tip on top of the cloud. You just place your cursor there and throw it. And as you can see, it's gonna land directly on the spot where you would plant. And there is one more lineup that can be helpful, that's gonna land right here into the heaven, so that way when you are entering, no one is gonna pick you from there. Just place your crosshair here on top of the spike, and you wanna go up until you hit this spot on the cloud. So you wanna aim in this area, and you wanna jump and throw.
Saw you, Mosh!
And as you can see, it's gonna land right here into the backside, and anyone who will be peeking here has to fall back or swing wider. Now let's move on to B side and start with this lineup, which is gonna land to clear this wooden area. You see that there is this A, and you wanna be placing, when you equip your molly, the top right corner of the icon right there, and simply throw it. It's super easy to do, and as you can see, it's gonna land right here. That way anyone who's standing here would get a ton of damage or die most of the times. Another lineup will be on stairs, so that way no one picks you from there. You just wanna stand here at the corner of it, place your crosshair on top of this, and you wanna jump and throw.
Blow him up, Mosh!
And once again, as you can see, it's gonna land directly on the stairs, so that way anyone who would be here has to fall back. Second way how you can do this would stand into the corner here, place your cursor on this tip right here, or just simply aim above this bar into the ceiling. You wanna run forward a bit and throw.
Blow him up, Mosh!
Just like that. It's gonna bounce off the back wall and land directly on the stairs. Next lineup you wanna do from the same spot as you did before. You wanna be placing it just to the right side of this bar on this spot on the on the wall above this line, and you wanna run forward and throw it.
Mosh pit.
It's gonna bounce off the wall and land directly at spawn. You can do also very simple lineup when you are coming to the side, just peek, and you wanna be placing your crosshair to the right side of this tip on this ledge. And you simply throw it from that area. As you can see, it's gonna go all the way here into the boathouse. When you are defending and retaking the site, you can be doing this lineup from heaven on A side. Just stand at this line, place your crosshair right in the middle between those two bottom bars, and throw there your molly.
Mosh pit.
And it's gonna bounce up and land directly on anyone who's playing in this spot. If you know that the enemies are rotating to A and they are gonna go in, you can stand in this area in heaven, place your crosshair on this spot, very simple, and slightly to the right and throw it.
Saw you, Mosh.
It's gonna land directly in
Right there.
this arch, where into this choke point, so that way you can delay the push a little bit or do some damage unexpectedly. One cool lineup, if you have a Killjoy and Gekko, you can try to use this, or just when you know that the enemies can be hidden in the corner, in the vines, just wanna stand in the middle of this wall, place your crosshair on this little curve on the cloud and little go up, like that, and you wanna jump and throw.
Saw you, Mosh.
Then it's gonna land directly into the vines. That way, if there's anyone playing, and if you have the Killjoy, they would need to get detained or need to take a lot of damage. At the start of the round on B side, you can do lineups like this. You just wanna aim in the middle of this poster, just directly above this window,
Blow him up,
just
Mosh.
like that. And it's gonna land directly in the main. So that way enemies would have to fall back or come into it. And if you have your teammate here, you can spray them with Odin and he's gonna hear them run. You can also very simply
Saw you,
try
Mosh.
to throw these. So that way, if you know that the enemies are in this area, once again you can do damage to them. If the enemies are on B side and you are either taken or trying to deny the plant, you can go here, place your crosshair at this area. It might be difficult to see, but there is this whiter cloud, the outline in the darker background, and you want to place it at the top of the cloud right here, and you simply throw it. And this is gonna land directly at this default plant, and you can either do damage to anyone planting or use this while retaking as well. Best tips with your Wingman would be probably this one on B side. If you are going to plant, you can just simply stand still in this doorway and send your Wingman to plant, as you can see, and
Wingman's
he
gonna
would
plant
go
spike.
all the way from here and plant the
spike.
spike in this area, as you can see. Another way how you can use your Wingman would be either to plant in these two decently sized spots, and you don't even have to go really into the site. You can send the Wingman there, use your flashes and let your teammates go in, so that way you can cover them and hold
Right there.
angles like rafters. In the meantime, you are planting with your Wingman. On the defensive side, it's better to keep it to let him defuse the spike, so that way you can shoot the enemies. However, you can still use them to clear all of the spots if you are going into the site. So that way, don't be afraid to use them if you need to. It's still better to use it as a stun than not to use them at all. If you are going on A, you can be using your flashes at the start of the round, so that way you can take control of A main super easily. Then you can take him back, and while you are going into the site, I would recommend you to throw it like this. You can either get the info if you are just faking, just stand here, aim above yourself, so that way it clears and gets anyone on the side. However, if you want to go in, you can just simply run forward and you want to throw it over the wall, so that way it would look like this. That way he's gonna be flashing anyone even in these areas, and it's gonna be super useful. Then you can pick him up later on, but use this when you are entering. The same idea works for B side as well. Just simply flash like this, so that way you can gain control of the B main. And if you are going in, just very simply, you can either throw it through this window, so that way you can flash more of a site, or you can just very simply, which I would rather recommend, would be to throw him like this, so that way he's gonna be flashing anyone in these spots all the way here. So definitely use these flashes, since they are very useful. You get the sound cue and info about the enemies, and you will know their position and how many you've flashed. When defending, you can, for example, use flash like this straight up at the round start, when the round starts, so that way you get the info how many players or if there's even anyone in front of A main. When you would go for a retake, you can just very simply once again do flash like this and peek with him, and you can even collect it for later on, or you can just simply send him all the way to the side, but I would recommend using it to throw him over the walls. The same thing would work for these spots as well, as you can see.
Dizzy's up top.
It would be much harder. It would be much harder for enemies to shoot it down. You get the info where they are, since as you can see, anyone in these corners is gonna be flashed. The same way it works if you threw it over the wall right here. If you wanna peek for a market, once again, use your flash in spots like these, so that way it goes high up and flash anyone in this area, and you can peek market. You can do this when you are retaking the site. You can throw it either further, so that way it gets further anyone in these spots. If you would be coming out of spawn, you don't really wanna, and the enemies are just pushing in, you can for example throw him off the wall like this, so that way it comes back to you. Once again, would be very difficult for enemies to spot or something like that, so that way it bounces at this height and flashes anyone in here. And then when you would be going to the side, you can either throw him over the wall right here, so that way oops, and blinds anyone in these spots, or the more common one would be just very simply to throw it like this, so that way it's gonna blind anyone the same way. You can do this thing that you did on A right here on B as well. I would recommend you to be standing further back, since it takes a while for the dizzy to activate so that he can flash. So if you do it lower, he's gonna have more time than if you would do it right here. As you can see, he was gonna activate right here and you would go and get the info from these close corners. So yeah, that's about Gekko and Ascent. I hope this video is gonna be helpful for you guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and see you guys soon. Bye.